Today on Ballistic Burgers, I'm going to be cooking up hamburgers with one of the owners of STP Bar and Grill, which is probably one of the top hamburger joints in San Diego, Shannon Beckwith.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. So
Welcome.
Shannon and I, we were talking just before we turned the cameras on. How long have we known each other?
At least 20 plus.
It's been over 20 years.
Yeah.
And Shannon, he's led a pretty interesting life. He was the drummer of a very, very popular metal band back in the 80s, in the Sunset Strip days,
Yeah.
Mistreated.
Right after Motley Crue and them
Yeah.
did their stuff,
Yeah.
a couple years after.
So you guys were playing the Whiskey, you were playing the Roxy.
The Troubadour, yeah.
And they were this close to being signed.
Chrysalis.
Yeah, by Chrysalis Records,
Yeah.
and then you broke your hand.
Yeah.
And then your band made a ridiculous decision to have a punk rock band.
Yeah, because we had a studio, and the studio, we rented out spaces, so they kind of knew our music, and they figured, oh, we need to play this.
It ended up being a big mistake.
And it made a catastrophic decision.
Yeah.
It's done. I need to move on. And
So his dreams of being a rock star, you're still a rock star, bro.
yeah, thanks. In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. He changed direction. He went to culinary school, right?
No.
No? I think he went to culinary school.
I just went straight into Wolfgang Puck.
Okay, I knew you were working with Wolfgang
Yeah.
Puck. I thought for some reason, I thought you went to culinary school.
No.
So you were one of the chefs with
line cook.
A line cook.
Started as a line cook.
Okay, where did you end up?
Hollywood.
Okay, and then I'm going to kind of jump fast forward here. You opened up a restaurant in San Diego, a Brazilian restaurant, and it's still open to this day.
Yeah, this one is open. We opened another location. It didn't go so well because of the economy of the crash of the 07, 08.
Yeah.
And I took a break, went out to LA, followed the food trucks, brought back a brand new food truck.
That's right, I forgot that.
Tried that for a minute. That was very difficult.
Yeah. So on that note of Brazilian food, how did you go from that, picanha and everything, feijoada?
Feijoada, yeah.
To this? I mean,
coxinhas.
So how did you come about?
Well, I gave it a long enough time, like 12 years, thinking that Brazilian would take off like maybe Mexican food or kind of Puerto Rican or something.
Yeah, we have a lot of Brazilians out here. We did, at least.
We did.
Yeah.
And so I thought I could capitalize on that back in the 2000, but it didn't really take off. And I got 2 restaurants and a food truck, and I tried to all incorporate that together. Finally just gave up on the ethnic food and went with my blood, which is American. And I'm doing better than all 3 of those together with this one location right now.
So, you opened this with your girlfriend Tina.
Yeah, Tina Romano, who's the owner, and I'm just a co-owner chef.
Okay.
And we've been happy ever since. Like she took a faith in me. I gave up on the Brazilian. She said, "Let's invest in you and your American food because I know what I'm doing." And here we are, almost 6 years.
And looking at the initials, I definitely like STP better than TSP, which is like a cleaning product. That would be pretty wild.
Right. And we make jokes like STP, like, okay, and I got a lot of shenanigans. I'm HDAD, AD compatible. She's like, when I die, it's going to be Suddenly Tina's Place.
Suddenly Tina's Place.
But for now, it's Shannon and Tina's Place, STP. So don't get it mixed up. It's kind of a spoof off the STP, but...
And this restaurant, it just has a vibe. I mean, and again, I've been here when there's people here enjoying everything, but just all of the collectibles, I guess, the everything's vehicle related, including, and I'll show you this on camera. There's a mirror in the men's restroom that I'll show you. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm going to show you the mirror right now. And you can put 2 and 2 together. Just realize that mirror is aimed down at the urinal on the wall.
And that's the only mirror. You don't need a big old mirror. You didn't come to a restaurant to put makeup on. You came to eat.
Some people do.
Well, that's the people you probably... Anyway, and that was Tina's ideal, to put the sticker on that. And you'll see. You'll understand.
And that's the thing I love about both of you guys is you just have amazing sense of humor. And, you put that sense of humor into your food too, which is cool.
Yeah.
In a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is, this isn't a competition, man. We're good friends. We've cooked for each other before. You've been to my house and you've eaten barbecue.
I cooked before you cooked. Now you're a cook. Or were you doing it at the same time?
I started my channel, my barbecue channel in '09. But
okay, but we knew each other since '02, '03.
I know, but I was still cooking. I just wasn't filming myself cooking back then.
Mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese and peanut butter and jelly, man. But so what we're gonna do, like I said, it's two buddies cooking for each other. I'm doing a burger that just out of respect for the menu, I'm calling it the Deuce Coupe.
Right.
And it's two patties, kind of that 1950s diner vibe. You know, two patties, and then I'm going with American cheese, some bacon, and then a special sauce that I made.
All right.
Recipe is right here. And what are you doing?
Well, I'm thinking about doing a burnout, which has been featured in a lot of magazines and stuff like that. And it's kind of we call it a burnout because it has an egg and bacon on it. My bacon's going to be a little bit different than your bacon, and I'll explain everything later on how I do things and what's the purpose of the way I do it. But this is a burger called the Burnout.
And this is my first video ever, pretty much, where I've actually been cooking kind of side by side with somebody. And we're going to try to time it. And you're the restaurateur, man. I'm just a freaking guy.
Well, you got two patties, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna time it to where they'll be done hopefully at the same time.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
Just communication, man, in the kitchen.
We're gonna have to communicate. Yeah, what is it? Behind.
I'm 3 minutes out, man. Table 9.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
I think people have lost the communication in kitchens.
I know. Well, you know that more than I.
Yeah.
With me, it's just my wife and I.
Get out of the kitchen. I'm cooking. Yeah. That's your communication.
Exactly. All right, guys.
All
Let's
right.
hit the grill. We kick this off with some bacon. And this is peppered bacon. And I've talked about it on videos before, and Shannon and I are actually on the same page. It bugs the crap out of me when there's a big strip of bacon hanging off the patties.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm doing these, normally I cut them into half, each slice into halves. I found some bacon in it, and they're really short. I did them in my last video, actually. And once they're cooked, they're like the diameter of the length of the diameter of the patty. So it's not annoying.
Proportionate.
It's more proportionate.
Yeah, it's not like your burger's sticking the tongue out at you.
Exactly, which I think is ridiculous.
I do it a little different than you do, so.
Yeah, and that's, again, why we're here.
I explain things as you want to make everything like a pizza. You don't want to just put a strip of bacon in the middle of a pizza. So 3/4 of the pizza is not going to have bacon. So I already pre-cook and cut.
Yeah, and also you're cooking for a ton of people.
Yeah.
I'm cooking for me.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you could cook. The bacon is one of the things, once you cook it up, you can leave it out.
Yeah.
And on a line.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the nice thing about this particular bacon, though, too, is these strips are wide, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's got a lot of good fat right there.
Yeah, and you're going to get a little bacon with every bite of this.
Some people like to, if they want it more crispier evenly, they'll grill it on a rack in the oven, so you can get it like totally cooked the same. Yeah. Unless you use a weight like this or something.
And one thing I forgot to bring was I have a weight.
Do you?
That I usually use when
It's on your shoulders?
It's on my shoulders. I got a monkey on my back and a bacon weight on my shoulders.
Yeah. So holding you down, man.
Hold me down.
All right, so what we're doing here is we're trying to come out of the kitchen at the same time, which is very, very difficult for some people, but for like fine dining and things, everything's got to be called out. Like I'm 3 minutes out on this, I'm 4 minutes out on that. So you have to do your bacon ahead of time because mine's already 75% cooked.
All day.
All day, buddy.
All day. I was watching, we were watching The Bear, my wife and I, and they're always saying all day. I kind of had an idea of what they meant, but.
You know, we had to finally turn it off because it was way too much anxiety. It brought back way too much of the 90s. And
I'm not even, I'm not a chef.
Yeah.
And that's show gives me anxiety.
We didn't finish it because it was just giving us more anxiety.
Well, also, it's just like, when are they going to, I just want an episode where there's like kind of a happy ending, you know? And
well, happy endings is, I don't know about that. I don't know about the restaurant business.
You were getting ready to go somewhere.
Yeah.
This is like kind of a PG channel.
Yeah, we'll keep it on the table, like the food. So now we want to do everything at the same time, right?
Gonna roll it, yeah.
So you want to drop some fries first?
Yeah, let's go and drop some fries.
We'll drop a little bit of fries. And the fries, to get the best, they say fresh. No, that soaks up oil. You want them frozen. You want them below.
Okay, good tip.
Below anything. Because what it does is the crystals on the outside get shocked. And then it builds a crust on the outside and it doesn't let as much oil in.
Okay, that's good.
You know, the fresher, it has more pores. So now these things, you can see all the little crystals on it.
Yeah.
So that makes it much more crunchier and softer inside. I've been doing that for 30 years. Even at the first place when I met you 20 years.
Do you double fry or?
No,
no,
you don't need to with like this.
Okay.
And you get a good, French fry from the gate. You start with good products, you end with good products.
Gotcha.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Let's cook those. Those are down. And then he's gonna go put the buns in the oven. And we want to flavor everything. This is like fine dining style.
Are you just putting them on like?
Put them like that, just like that.
What shelf?
And in middles. And you want to flavor everything. The minute you don't flavor something, it'll take half of the flavor for something else, and so that's weakened it.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
You ready?
I'm ready, brother.
All right, I'm going to use a little bit of some liquid butter, just for non-stick. I like to smash mine.
I'm going to use a little liquid
Not
butter.
totally smashed, but to get a crust. There you go. And like I said, season everything. Even if you know you have bacon inside yours like you do, you still need a little bit more love, you know?
Yeah, no, I always season my burgers. Let me see some of that seasoning.
Huh? You want some?
Yeah. So this is Shannon's secret seasoning blend.
Yep, I've been using that for 21 years. There you go.
It's not butt rub, is it?
No, we call this love juice.
Love juice. I knew I had some type of love.
I'm ready to go flip over. Mine. Take care.
Yours went on a little bit before mine went.
Here we go. Ready? Look at that. A little bit more seasoning. Just a little bit, not as much. And then I'm going ahead and put my bacon on to get it warm. This is how we do it. All right, my bacon. And then I'm putting my cheese on top of that for like a binder. All right.
How about those buns? How long do they take?
They'll be perfect timing. So then what we'd like to do for a little bit more flavor, cover it and use a lager, blonde.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everything that gets hit up here. What do you want?
Let me have that lid.
Okay, here.
So I'm going to try this. Where's the lager? Right here.
Yep. Then hit it underneath the corner. All right. Normally you can't do that at home. My Blackstones now are coming a long way.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm done. Yeah. I'm beautifully done. So I'm going to raise that off. Check my fries. Got a couple more minutes on the fries. I'll look at the buns. Beautiful. Beautiful the buns are. Look at that.
Nice.
You see those? Beautiful. All right, so this is how we do it here. So like I've said before, everything needs flavor. Don't just trust that the oil's gonna taste good or anything like that. So bring it out. Don't let it dry totally, okay? Leave it a little bit wet. Come over here and make your own special seasoning and hit it once on top while it's still wet and then twice.
So what is that special seasoning?
That's a seasoning, yeah. I'm gonna tell you this, 90% salt.
90% salt.
All right. And then I'm just gonna do a basic American burger, American cheeseburger with bacon. So I'm gonna start with mayo, right? For the mayo, I like to use cup lettuce because what it does is it kind of holds everything. Like if you want to put red onions or you want to put pickles in there, it kind of holds things. You know, you cut the iceberg in quarters and you peel it. Beautiful. That's for me. And then I'll put, you know, just a small little tomato because you don't need a lot. And then red onions to be the last thing because you want red onions to sweat. You want them very thin, and you agree on that too. Yeah. And then I'll just come over here. I'll place my burger on it. Right? And then I got my egg, which is going to cook fast. So. And what I do is, how I do it, because everything's so hot in the kitchen, like, it's not home stuff, you know what I mean? So you got to get things really hot. So I get it about this good.
And give it a flip or?
One flip.
Yeah.
And I turn the flame off as soon as I flip it, because it's still hot enough to cook the liquid, the whites.
Yeah.
But not
That's pretty much how I cook my eggs.
Yeah. That's it. So we turn it off, and then we'll come over and assemble. And then I'll do mine. All right. Here we go. Beautiful. You see it?
It's good.
And then, you know, do your little thing, and there's mine.
Nice. All right, so for mine, I'm again really influenced by the diner burger. So I'm throwing a bunch of shredded lettuce down here, and kind of believe like Boss Man Mike, the juices are going to drip down, and instead of dripping off like a leaf of lettuce can act like a roof, we're going to go through these little shreds of lettuce and stay where I want it to be, and that's in my mouth. I'll get my patties down. 2 slices, and you see they're like right as long as these the patties. It's the same width.
But crisscross, huh?
I can tolerate this because they're not hanging over. Then I'm going to crisscross these really thinly sliced pickles. Put in a tomato. And this is my special sauce that I'm giving you the recipe for.
That looks good. So you see how different we are? I do everything on the bottom, you do everything on top. It's just whatever you prefer.
And you know, but I have a lot of burgers on my channel, and not all of them are built this way.
Okay.
This is just the way I'm building this particular one.
Well, it's...
And there you go. And these are potato buns.
That's the burnout right there. Egg, bacon, American cheese. It's a good old-fashioned American burger.
And here's the Deuce Coupe. 2 patties of beef, 5 ounces each, American cheese, bacon, pickles, onion, lettuce, and secret sauce.
Secret sauce. Mine's Best Food mayonnaise. That's secret.
This is also good old American burger.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so this is where literally the rubber meets the road. We're going to try these burgers out now. That's my burger. That's the one I made, the Deuce Coupe. And I'm going to be eating the Burnout Burger. And then we're going to...
Well, the Burnout Burgers has been in magazines and premiered on a lot of stuff since we've opened here. And that's a pretty famous burger.
Well, I'm giving you permission to take this, so it'll overtake the Burnout.
It will? No, it's going to overtake my mouth right now.
Yeah, let's give these a try.
All right, guys. Thank you.
And these are, like I said, these are potato buns.
Potato buns.
All right, cheers. It's good, bro.
I like the 2 patty concept because you can put more cheese, like almost like a stuffed burger.
Yeah, like a Juicy Lucy. This is good, man. I've always dug on eggs on a burger. Just adds that richness. I didn't mention, but this really isn't just a burger joint. I mean, it's more of a kind of a California barbecue kind of a place, really. I mean, it's when I say that, I mean, you know, there's a lot of Santa Maria style like
Yeah,
tri-tip.
we have tri-tip. We run specials daily. We have a whole menu on the board. There's either 4 to 7 items up there. We have a Santa Maria tri-tip, which is the Snake River Farms Wagyu tri-tip. So we do high-end steaks. We do high-end things. We mostly focus on proteins.
Do you actually cook steaks too?
Uh-huh.
Really? I didn't know that.
So we have a steak wedge, old school. So it comes with a 5-ounce filet mignon with a half a wedge.
Of lettuce?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Like a wedge, like bacon.
Old school wedge
Yeah.
salad. And you have brisket too, right?
Well, brisket all day. I love the pickles. I'm a pickle fan.
Those are good, huh?
Yeah. This is just, we don't put pickles on that, but if I go to the table and people say, what do you suggest? I get them a burger and I said, add pickle chip.
Yeah, because the acid really helps. I was giving you crap about the burger blend because, you know, I am an 80-20 guy. What is your burger meat? What's the ratio of fat to lean?
Well,
I think it's a
believe
joke.
it or not,
Personally, I think it's a joke.
81-19. I don't know where they get that little 1%, but.
So 81-19.
Yeah.
And that 1% matters.
Yes, it does.
I think it's somebody over there at the ranch that has a sense of humor, personally.
And they're the only ones 81-19, so they know when they see it, oh, that's my meat. Right?
Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by. And Shannon, you guys have a presence on like Instagram, right?
Yeah. It's Instagram, STP Bar _and _grill. So it's not with an and, it's with an N.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Bar and Grill.
Okay. So I'll post the link. Make sure you check him out. Give him some love. Shannon's a really good guy. Like I said, I've known him now for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Fun as hell to hang out with.
Yeah.
There's stuff, I don't know. This video will be really long if I add all the grab ass that we were doing in the kitchen there all day.
Hey, you know, like in the kitchen, you're with your kitchen crew more than you're with your spouse or your girlfriend. So you got to make the best of it.
It was a good time. Anyway, again, thanks for stopping by. And I'll have, again, the links down below for the restaurant as well as the social stuff. And if you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that sub button, ringing the notification bell, thumb it up if you like it. I hope you did. See you on the next video. And if you want to see more of Shannon, let me know down below.
Yeah.
We got to give it cheers now.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Today on Ballistic Burgers, I'm going to be cooking up hamburgers with one of the owners of probably definitely the top 10 burger joints in San Diego. Look up, Shannon.
I would. I'm trying to think, man.